So good morning to all of you MSc Physics second year student. Today we want to continue our second chapter, which is solar radiation and its measurement. So summary of the last lecture, we have to see here the terrestrial radiation, which is considered the radiation at the earth's surface. And in this radiation of the earth's surface, that is terrestrial radiation, we have to see here three main types, which is considered as beam radiation or direct radiation. Second one is the diffuse radiation, and third one is a global radiation. So that beam radiation, which is considered as that whatever radiation which is radiate or emit from the sun body, or which is incident on the earth's surface without change any direction. So that types of radiation which is considered as the direct radiation or beam radiation. Second type which is considered as a diffuse radiation, and that diffuse radiation which is considered as that radiation which is emits from the sun body and incident on the earth's surface, that change in direction which is the because of that radiation which is incident on the water molecule or dust particle, and after that reflection or scattered or other phenomena, and that which incident on the earth's surface, that is known as the diffuse radiation. And global radiation which is include that total beam radiation and diffuse radiation. So that types of the radiation will already was seen in the last lecture. So in this lecture we want to see the next point, which is considered as the air mass. Before starting this point, we want to see one important point, which is considered as the sun at zenith, which is that sun at zenith. So what is mean by the sun at the zenith? So that describe the position of the sun, and that sun of the zenith, which is called that position of the sun which is directly overhead. So that position of sun, so that sun at zenith which is called as the position of sun, position of sun directly overhead, which is directly overhead. So that is known as the sun at zenith. Now next important point we want to see here, so that point which is considered as that is the air mass, and which is denoted by the small m. So that air mass, we have to see here what is mean by air mass. That air mass which is considered as if the incident radiation on the earth's surface, that it is the path length of radiation through the atmosphere, which is depends on the angle of incidence to the atmosphere, that is considered as the zenith angle, and the height above the sea level of the observer. So that concept which is known as the air mass. We have to see here the with the help of the diagram. So what is mean by this air mass ratio, and what is the difference between that radiation which comes straight line, and we have to increase the path length how it is, and what is mean by the zenith angle, and what is the effect, and what is the value of the air mass ratio, that 0 or 1 2. So what is description is there will be see here. So first of all, what is mean by air mass? So it is the path length of radiation. So air mass is the path length of radiation through the atmosphere, which is that is nothing but the zenith angle, and which is also depends upon the height above the sea level of the observer, and the height above the sea level. sea level. If we see that we consider that the climate which is considered as clear sky, clear sky with no clouds, so that means that we have to know that incident radiation which is incident on the earth surface. So first of all, that direct radiation or beam radiation that have high wavelength and high frequency, that's why. And we consider that short wave length radiation, so that radiation will incident on the dust particle, so that change in that direction of the particle. So in that, here we consider the ideal condition, that your climate or atmosphere which is very clear, that no clouds is there, and that condition we have to say that is no air pollution is there. So we have to that condition, we have to see that here, that incident radiation, what is the zenith angle, and that normal incident path, so how it is the path length which is increased by the factor m. So we have to see here. So consider in this diagram, so that is, this is considered as the sea level which is, and perpendicular this sea level which is considered as the normal path, and this is normal incident unit path length, so which is the perpendicular to this sea level, and this path length which is considered as normal unit path length, normal unit path length. And if we consider that radiation which is incident on this sea level or plane, which is considered as that incident angle, so that incident ray which is incident from this normal path, so that angle which is creating here, so that is known as the theta z, and that angle which is considered as the zenith angle, which is considered as the zenith angle. And this plane which is considered as the sea level, which is considered as the sea level, and this rays which is considered as the path length increased by the factor m. The path length is increased by factor m, and again we have to consider here the ideal condition, we have to see that. So what is condition we have to see here, so that is the clear atmosphere or no pollution is there, so that consider as this part which is the consider as clear sky, or that is considered as the no pollution, and that figure which is considered as the air mass ratio, that is the m is equal to sec theta z. So that is air mass ratio. So and that air mass ratio which is considered as that m is equal to sec theta z. We have to see how it is this relation will become, but we have to write here that relation which is m is equal to sec theta z. So now we have to see here for direct beam radiation which is incident passing through the atmosphere to at the normal pressure and standard mass of the atmosphere, which will be encountered if the beam of the zenith angle, that is theta z, and that for this atmospheric condition, that what now atmospheric condition, that is normal pressure and standard mass of the atmosphere, that condition will be observed here, that increase path length as compared to the normal path length, which is considered as the air mass ratio. So that is consider the increased path length by the factor m, increased path length compare with the normal path. So the air mass ratio, which is considered as air mass ratio is consider as the increase the path length as compared to normal path length and this observation will be seen in the climate which is considered as clear sky and no pollution is there, no dust particle is there. That time whatever observation is recorded, that is known as the air mass ratio, that is the increased path length as compared to the normal path length, and that is known as the air mass ratio, and which is denoted by the small m. So that is air mass ratio, which is denoted by the small m. Now we have to consider here observation. We have to that the abbreviation which is considered as the capital A into capital M. So that is considered as the air mass. And if we see the AMO, so that refers to that air mass at zero, atmosphere, or that air mass refers to the zero atmosphere, so that is considered as the AMO. So that zero atmosphere, that is nothing but which condition is there, so that is no dust particle, no pollution, and no anything is present in the, that is considered as the rarer medium. Now next point which is considered as the AM1, so that is the air mass ratio with 1, so that is 1 which is the depends on the value that the zenith angle which is considered as to respect the sun overhead the position, so that is AM1. Next factor which is considered as refers to sun at overhead position, so this is the condition of the air mass ratio for AM1. So we have to see here, so that actually what is mean by air mass ratio, and that what is the impact if we increasing the value 0, 1 and 2, what is so on, that is relation will become here the short of the mathematical expression that will be see with the next lecture. So that here formula of the air mass ratio will become here, that m is equal to sec of theta z. So that is the value of the zenith angle whatever changing here. So that if we consider, so for example at 60 degree, so what is the changing of the position, if we consider that air mass ratio 1, so that consider the zenith angle position, that sun is directly overhead our position, and if we 60 degree, that sun is slightly left at the your head position. So that is what is the difference if we changing the angle at respect to this, so that air mass ratio will be changed. So that formula we have to see here, the air mass ratio, that m is equal to sec theta z. If we consider the ratio of the path of the sun rays through the atmosphere to the length of the path when the sun is at the zenith, it is known as also the air mass ratio. Hence it repeat that air mass ratio, it is defined as the ratio of the path length of the sun rays through the atmosphere to the length of the path at the sun at the zenith position. This is known as also that air mass ratio. And if we see here, if that m is equal to n, m is equal to 1, consider this position so that when the sun is at zenith, when the sun is at zenith, that is known as directly overhead position. Directly overhead position. Okay, if we consider that m is equal to 2, that m is equal to 2 is here, so what is the zenith angle, which is 60 degree. So that m is equal to 2, that consider the zenith angle is 60 degree when zenith angle is 60 degree, and if we consider that zenith angle is 60 degree, that is the angle which is subtended by the zenith and the line of the sight of the sun, which is considered as slightly left to the original position, and that when that m is equal to sec theta z, which is considered as that m value which is considered as the greater than the z, and if m is equal to 0, consider that is just above the earth atmosphere, so that consider as m is equal to 0, that condition of the sun which is considered as just above the earth atmosphere, just above the earth atmosphere, because we have to know that types of the solar radiation which is considered as the terrestrial radiation, which is considered as that radiation at the earth surface, and the radiation which is considered that outside the earth atmosphere, so that condition which is considered as m is equal to 0, that is just above the earth surface, and if we consider that m is greater than 3, that condition will obtain here, that m is equal to sec of theta z, and that condition whatever angle zenith angle is there, we have to calculate. This is the air mass ratio. Now next point will be see here, that is the attenuation of the beam radiation. So this is the next point we want to see here, which is considered as attenuation of beam radiation. Attenuation of beam radiation. Attenuation of beam radiation. So actually what is the phenomena of the attenuation of the beam radiation, which is considered as the variation in the solar radiation reaching the earth than received at the outside of the earth atmosphere, is due to the phenomena which is like considered as the absorption and scattering in the atmosphere. So that is similarly or simply see that, so that is the variation in the radiation, which is incident on the earth surface, which is known as the attenuation of the beam radiation. So we have to consider here, so that the variation in the solar radiation, the variation in the solar radiation, variation in the solar radiation reaching the earth, that reaching the earth, then received at outside of, earth surface, outside of the earth surface or the atmosphere, outside of the atmosphere, atmosphere due to absorption and scattering. Due to absorption and scattering in atmosphere. So which is considered as the attenuation of the beam radiation. So that is the variation of beam radiation with scattering or the absorption. So that next point we have to see here, what is mean by the absorption of this radiation. So that point which is considered as the absorption of radiation by the dust particle or aerosols or other molecules in presence of the atmosphere. So that solar radiation which is passes through the earth atmosphere, the short wave, that is ultraviolet rays, are absorbed by the ozone in the atmosphere, and the long wave infrared waves are absorbed by the carbon dioxide and moisture which is in the atmosphere present, and this result that your beam is considered as the narrowing bandwidth, and this concept which is known as the absorption of the radiation. And in fact that most of the terrestrial radiation, terrestrial solar energy, that is energy which is received at the earth, which is lies in the range which is considered as 0.29 micrometer to 2.5 micrometer, or that is considered as the microns. So this is known as the absorption of the radiation. Once again repeat that whatever radiation which is emit from the sun body or which is incident on the in the atmosphere, so that some radiation, that short wave radiation, that is ultraviolet radiation, which is absorbed by the ozone layer, and other long wave infrared radiation which is absorbed by the carbon dioxide and moisture which is present in the atmosphere. So that types of the radiation absorption which is considered as the absorption of the radius. And next point which is considered as here, which is considered as the scattering or scattering radiation, and that scattering which is considered as the solar radiation which is passes through the earth atmosphere. The component of the atmosphere such as water vapor, dust and other particle, the scatter of the portion of the radiation, and a portion of this scatter radiation which always reaches the earth's surface as the diffuse radiation, and this type of radiation which is considered as the scattering of the radiation, and which thus the radiation which is finally received on the earth's surface, that consists of which is partially beam radiation and partially which is considered as the diffuse radiation. And this is the concept of the scattering. So that is means why, that is whatever radiation which is emit from the body or black body or sun body, and which is scattering by the other climatic phenomena, or which is considered as the, for example, dust particle, water vapor present in the atmosphere and incident on this particle, so that radiation which is incident on this phenomena, so that scatter this radiation, and this radiation which is considered as the scattering of the radiation. So up to this complete the point, what is mean by zenith, what is mean by the air mass ratio, what is mean by the absorption of radiation, what is mean by the scattering of radiation. Now next lecture we want to see here the monochromatic transmittance form, the beam radiation which is given the some mathematical expression is there, and what is the different variation is there, we have to see in the next lecture. So thanking all of you.